Good evening, everybody. I would like to call to order this meeting of the Wyoming City Council. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Here.
Here. Here.
Here.
Here.
Here.
Here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This meeting is being live streamed on the city's YouTube channel, accessible from the city's website. If you would like to address City Council, please come up to the microphone to speak. The audio will not pick up if you do not speak into a microphone for those watching from YouTube. There are 12 items on the consent agenda. They are the December 18th, 2023 City Council meeting minutes, a resolution requesting the Hamilton County Auditor to make advance payment of taxes, a resolution honoring the 2023 Citizens of the Year, a resolution honoring Dr. Elena M. Pavel, a 2023 Citizen of the Year, a resolution honoring Michelle Kolplian, 2023 Citizen of the Year, a resolution honoring Ellen Kellogg, 2023 Citizen of the Year, a resolution honoring Katie Miller, 2023 Citizen of the Year, a resolution honoring Michelle Larkin and Tess Harper, 2023 Citizens of the Year, a resolution honoring Joseph Hornsby, 2023 Citizen of the Year, resolution honoring Kate Wenning, 2023 Citizen of the Year, a resolution honoring James O'Reilly, 2023 Citizen of the Year, and a resolution honoring the services of Sarah Stancorp Taylor on the City Council of the City of Wyoming. Do I hear a motion with respect to the consent agenda?
I move to accept the consent agenda.
Second.
Having been moved and seconded to approve the consent agenda, all those in favor, please signify by saying yes.
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 Those opposed? The motion carries. And I have the pleasure to come and read Sarah's. Is this on now? Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. A resolution honoring the services of Sarah Stancorp Taylor on the City Council of the City of Wyoming, Ohio. Whereas Sarah Stancorp Taylor, with an uncompromising sense of civic duty, has served the citizens of the City of Wyoming as a member of the Wyoming City Council since December 2017, and served as the vice mayor from December 2021 until December 2023. And whereas Sarah has dutifully served as a member of various city boards, commissions, and committees. And whereas in council deliberations, Sarah was willing to listen intently to others and provide heartfelt and thoughtful input, and would ultimately vote what she truly believed to be in the best interests of the community. And whereas in all service, Sarah has served with integrity, diligence, sensitivity, passion, steadfast conviction, and with the best intentions for the present and future generations of citizens of the City of Wyoming. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the City Council of the City of Wyoming, on behalf of the people of the city, wishes to thank Sarah Stancorp Taylor for service to the community. And be it further resolved that a copy of this resolution be spread upon the minutes of the Council of the City of Wyoming and be presented to Sarah as but a small token of our continuing appreciation and esteem. passed unanimously in the City Council chambers of the City of Wyoming, Ohio, this 16th day of January 2024. So are there any questions or comments on the special reports? No? Okay, hearing none, we'll now hear a report from the city manager.
Thank you, Mary. The city's first annual wellness fair was held on Saturday at the Civic Center. The event was well attended and over 30 vendors participated, sharing information on the many areas of health and wellness. Channel 9 even stopped by for a brief interview of Emily Dangler, and they're going to do it again next year. It was very well received. Volunteer opportunities. The city is accepting applications for vacancies on the Environmental Stewardship Commission, Historical Preservation Commission, Urban Forestry and Beautification Commission. Additional information can be found on how to volunteer on the city's website. And serving on a board or commission can be a rewarding experience. So we need more people to do it. So talk to your neighbors, talk to your friends, and encourage them to sign up. We do have some employment opportunities in the city as well. The city's accepting applications for a recreation supervisor for the management and administration of all youth and adult recreation sports programs. Additional information about the position and the employment application can be found under the Human Resources Department tab on the city's website. The Rec Department is also accepting applications for seasonal summer camp counselors, so get those in now. Lots of summer fun. Additional info can be found on our city's website, again, under the Human Resources tab on the city's website. Tax forms, everybody's favorite time. Jeremiah is here. He's excited. 2023 Wyoming tax forms are now posted on the city's website, and paper copies are available in the lobby during normal business hours. The Mad Cap Puppets will be performing their fantastic fairy tale show at the Civic Center on Sunday, February 11th from 2 to 3, and this show is free to the public. And then something I did want to let everyone know about our newsletters. Some of you may have gotten some emails today asking you to re-sign up for our newsletters. So what we did is we switched from our old server, which was our old website, that platform, to the new platform. And with that, we pulled all those emails over, but we're required to ask everybody to resubscribe. So if somebody's talking about they got this resubscription email, that's what it's about. Those are legit. If they want to stay receiving those newsletters, all they have to do is click the link, or they can go to the city's website and sign up for new newsletters. Either way. And then the last thing is just a reminder that February City Council meeting will be on Tuesday as well. The city offices will be closed on February 19th for the President's Day holiday. Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah, thank you. So are there any council committee reports not otherwise on the agenda? Are there any special committee reports not otherwise on the agenda? Seeing none, we have reached that point in our meeting where a citizen may express an opinion, make a statement, address a concern, or ask a question on any subject that is not otherwise on the agenda. Comments will be recorded into the minutes and passed along to be addressed by the appropriate staff or city council committee as needed. This portion of the meeting is not for City Council to provide responses to a citizen comment, but to hear what the citizen has to say. And if you wish a response from the city to your concern or request for information, please leave your contact information with the clerk before you leave the meeting. And as a reminder, please state your name and address before making your comments to City Council. Is there anyone present that would like to bring an item not otherwise on the agenda before City Council? Mr. Burns?
Is this on?
Yes.
Okay, it didn't sound like it back there when you were
Oh, sorry.
speaking earlier. But I wanted to add my thanks to Sarah for her service. And I wanted to just note from our Declaration of Independence. A brief passage. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men. That means you folks. And since this is Black History Month, then we're remembering the lives of some of our citizens that have not been well respected. I just wanted to note that this passage here comes straight from our Bible. This is what God has told us all along. We're all one blood. We're all descended from the same family, and therefore we should act as family. So, thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, so in fitting, let me find it. Sorry, I have it. With Mr. Burns' comment, the next item of business is their proclamation declaring Black History Month. A proclamation of the Mayor and Council of the City of Wyoming. Whereas the life and vitality of our nation is enriched and strengthened by the diversity of peoples and cultures that it encompasses. And whereas during Black History Month, we celebrate the many achievements and contributions made by Black Americans to our cultural, economic, spiritual, and political development. And whereas the 2023 national theme for the observance is African Americans and the Arts, with this theme examining the varied history and life of African American arts and artisans, and looks at how African American artists have used art to help preserve history and community memory, as well as for empowerment. And whereas the observance of Black History Month calls our attention to the continued need to battle racism and build a society that lives up to its democratic ideals. And whereas the City of Wyoming continues to work towards becoming an inclusive community in which all citizens are respected and recognized for their contributions. And whereas it is especially important that each new generation come to know their ancestral history and to learn of the contributions, accomplishments, and sacrifices of their forebears in order to create a better future for all. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Mayor and Council of the City of Wyoming, Ohio, on behalf of all of its citizens and residents of the city, do proclaim the month of February in the year of 2024 as Black History Month, given under my hand this 16th day of January in the year 2024. So the next item is the first reading of the ordinance imposing an immediate moratorium on the issuance and processing of permits allowing retail dispensaries, cultivators, or processors of adult-use marijuana within the City of Wyoming and declaring an emergency. It is recommended that the rules be suspended and the ordinance be considered for adoption tonight. Do I hear a motion to suspend the rules?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Is there any discussion? And maybe just Rusty, it might be worth just, that we're really doing this to allow Ohio to,
Yeah, I will probably let Emily.
I'll let Emily, okay.
Yeah, this became
Microphone.
law. I'm sorry.
Microphone.
You're right.
Thank you.
This became law in December of last year, adopting a new code within the Ohio Revised Code that allows for recreational use marijuana. You all know that. part of the law creates a new division within the state government, and it gives them 9 months within which to come up with the permitting processes and some of the rules and regulations that are going to govern that. In addition, the General Assembly has attempted to change, well, is looking at potentially changing the law, so we don't really know exactly what we're going to end up with at the end of the day. So what this ordinance does is really just hits the pause button for the city of Wyoming, allows that process to play out, and maintains the status quo within the city of Wyoming until city council and its various zoning commissions have an opportunity to review and make determinations as to whether to permit, prohibit, or permit in certain locations businesses that either cultivate, process, or dispense recreational use marijuana. And I'll note, currently, our zoning prohibits medical marijuana within the city in any respect. So there'll be decisions that need to be made, but before we can make those decisions, we need to know what the law will ultimately look like.
Perfect, thanks.
And I guess maybe one last clarification, this is not a unique thing to Wyoming, right? Have other local municipalities done similar things?
Yes. A lot of places have just kind of hit the pause button as well.
It's like until Ohio gets clear.
Yeah, I get it. I just wanted to make sure we're all sort of on the.
Yeah, and I would say, you know, this passed overwhelmingly in Ohio. So I don't think it is any sort of judgment call on the law. I think it is just until we know how the law will affect local communities, it's prudent to, and no one can get a permit now anyway. I mean, it wouldn't, you know, the permitting process won't come out until probably June or July at the earliest. So.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So any further discussion?
Is this where one would ask a question?
Sure.
Okay. I know you said that this passed overwhelmingly in the state of Ohio. Do you actually know the in favor, not in favor vote in the city of Wyoming?
I do not.
We should want to know that.
I think it's pretty easy to get off the election results, but we could follow
Right.
up and get that.
Right. Yes, I agree. I can go get it. I just wondered if we had it in advance. And then I wanted to understand, I know we're proposing to put it on pause until, when would be the first time we'd know?
So, it's not clear under the law, the newly created Division of Cannabis has 9 months from December 7th within which to adopt regulations and the permitting process. So for this moratorium, I selected September 30th, which would allow time once those processes, assuming it went to the longest possible time period, to go through our zoning processes within the city. But city council could always repeal the moratorium earlier than that if things became clear earlier than that.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? We did a motion to suspend the rules, right? Yeah, we did, okay.
No, we have to vote on that.
Yeah. So having been moved and seconded to suspend the rules, it takes an affirmative vote of 5 for passage. The clerk, please call the roll.
Yes.
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 Yes, the motion carries. So we will now need a motion to adopt the ordinance tonight. Do I hear a motion with respect to the ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Okay. Having been moved and seconded to adopt the ordinance, it takes an affirmative vote of 5 for passage. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Yes.
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 Yes, the motion carries. So next up on the agenda is the fourth quarter financial summary. I invite Jeremiah Cottle.
Good evening. So tonight I do have the fourth quarter report. And the slides we'll go through tonight to highlight several of the city's major funds. So the first several slides to review are the city's general fund, where the majority of the city's revenue and expenditures are recorded. In 2023, the city received just over $12 million in revenue, so $12,221,000. And as you can see here, the majority of that revenue was received in real estate and income tax receipts. The city also received, in some of the other categories, local government fund, so it's shared sales tax and income tax from the state of Ohio and Hamilton County. Charges for services, the majority of that income is for paramedic EMS billing. The paramedic EMS billing comprised of about $108,000 of the $185,000. Permits, majority of that is that category is building permits, and then court costs, fines, and forfeitures. Interest, the city did earn interest in the general fund of $249,000. Overall, our investments earned just over $306,000 in 2023, and then there's a number of miscellaneous revenue that the city received. As you can see here, the income tax and property tax comprise 90% of the general fund revenue. And just to give you a couple highlights, that'll be at the end, actually. I'm sorry. So I'll go through the expenditures, and then we'll have a couple highlights on the revenue and expenditures. So expenditures are $13,621,000 in 2023. And the majority of those expenditures fall into the police department, other operating expenditures, and our public works facilities. Those three comprised 46% of our general fund operating expenses in 2023. This just kind of gives you a chart of the expenditures. And just to go over a couple of highlights, so and just looking at the income tax receipts, the city received $7,392,000 in income tax receipts in 2023, and that compares to $7,816,000 in 2022. So it's a decrease of 5.43%. And if you can remember some of the other quarterly reports that we've provided, that we did anticipate a decline in income tax receipts, and that was budgeted in 2023. Property tax receipts totaled $3.6 million. That compares to 3.575 received in 2022. So it's less than a 1%, basically flat compared to 2023 compared to 2022. And just to go over a couple of the transfers of $5.4 million in 2023. And if you can recall, a number of, or I shouldn't say number of, a large portion of the transfers are from the general fund to our capital improvement fund for the capital projects that the city engaged in 2023. Some of the road projects, Village Green Pavilion, Hike Bike Trail, are just some of those projects. And then in terms of expenditures, we expended just under 97% of our total budget, obviously compared to 100% of the year complete now. And in terms of our recreation fund, we received $1.329 million in revenue. And expenditures of $1.393. Both the revenue side is up compared to 2022, and the expenditures are also up compared to 2022. Some of that, as we've discussed, are some of the personnel costs of the part-time seasonal help, and also the contract for the aquatic center. This slide highlights the capital improvement fund and the waterworks capital improvement fund. So it's some of those capital projects I was just discussing. So you can see here we received, or we expended $6.2 million in 2023, and it does list all the projects there. So those are street improvement projects from Oliver Road, Vermont, and Compton. So a residual amount for the municipal storage building back over here, the baby pool resurfacing. And then we also had just under $1.3 million in debt service paid out of the fund in 2023. And the waterworks capital improvement funds, we didn't have as much activity this year. You can see there was a lead inventory study the lime sludge study, and then debt service of $333,000. And the water revenue fund, so we received $2.2 million in revenue in 2023. The majority of that is from water, the metered water sales. Those generated just over $1.9 million in revenue in 2023. And expenditures of just under $1.9 million, so 1.868. And it's a decrease compared to 2022. In 2022, if you recall, we did the water reservoir roof rehabilitation project, so we transferred some of our dollars from our Waterworks operating fund to the debts to our capital improvement fund to pay for that capital project. And lastly, just to highlight two of the non-major funds, typically highlight the street construction and state highway fund. So street construction fund are expenses related to street improvements in the city. It can be also repairs, patching, leaf removal. Some of the expenses related to that are recorded in the street construction fund. And the state highway fund are expenses directly related to Springfield Pike. So if there's snow removal, street lights are charged to both street construction and state highway, depending upon where they're located. And that's all I had, unless there's any questions.
Along the lines of a gender reveal, my wife and I just enjoyed a property tax reveal when we opened up the envelope this evening. What do you anticipate within the parameters of what you could anticipate for 2024 versus 2023?
So we received in the fall time period, we received a certification from the county of what they estimate our property tax revenue to be. At that point, it was a 20% increase for 2024 over 2023. So we're anticipating a 20% bump in, which is roughly, you have 3.6 million, so $600,000 additional revenue. I know they were, as they provide that certification, and then I know there's the period of time where appeals can take place, so that their estimate was 20% based upon, I guess, what they believe after that appeals process takes place for any of the property tax owners. Hmm?
Any other questions? No? Okay. It's recommended that the report be received. Do I hear a motion with respect to the report?
I move to receive the report. Second.
Any further discussion? Okay. Having been moved and seconded to receive the report, all those in favor, please signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Yes. Those opposed? The motion carries. Does anyone have any new business not otherwise on the agenda? Yeah?
So I just wanted to take a moment here and ask a follow-up. The last meeting, we had talked about April's concern regarding the Bonham Road property and issuing a letter. So I thought it might be a good opportunity to give an update on that.
Yes, so we sent the letter to Judge Bloom and 3 county commissioners and the county administrator. We actually finally appear to have a date set for a meeting. Need to confirm that with a few people here on council. But it looks like we'll be meeting around February 7th downtown and discuss those concerns. We'll have that opportunity to discuss those concerns.
Good job in driving that forward. Thank you.
Yep.
Any other new business not otherwise on the agenda? Thank you for following up on that, Jody. Okay. Then it's the time for miscellaneous, and tonight we start with Cindy.
I don't have anything.
Okay, thanks. Chris?
Nothing for me. Thank you.
April?
Happy New Year. Thank you.
Jody?
Come on, guys, you know me better than that. So I have 3 things. I think the first one, I just wanted to extend a thank you to our Public Works. we have a ton of amenities and services here in our little town, and we get taken really well care of. So removing our Christmas trees is the last one that I can speak of. It happens so fast. So just thanks for all you guys do. I think it's a real blessing for being here in Wyoming. The second one is just a thank you to Jeremiah. So I'm new to the Finance Committee, and we just had our first meeting before this, and we're very lucky to have Jeremiah as a steward of our financial situation here in Wyoming, and his longevity only adds to the stability for our city. So it feels good to walk into a committee and know that we're in good hands. Know that we're in good hands. And the last one is, I just wanted to say kudos to Grant. So he is reinvesting in our city with his pizza place that will get open here soon. And I mean, just all the hard work and energy, like, you know, he had the choice to go any place, and he chose to reinvest in our community. And I think that speaks to your commitment here. So thank you for that.
you. Yeah.
And thank you for bringing us pizza. So.
Yeah, someday soon. February 22nd, by the way.
All right, Grant.
I guess so new council, you know, Cindy, welcome. I haven't been able to actually say that publicly in front of everybody. But I had a little bit of FOMO tonight when I got here because I realized that there was a meeting going on. It was the Finance Committee, and I wasn't on it this time. And so that is a compliment to you. Again, thank you for doing everything that you do for the city, because without Jeremiah, I'm sure we would have someone else who maybe not be as good as Jeremiah, but I feel like we're in good hands. I don't feel like I need to be in that meeting. I just feel a little bit of sadness about not being involved in the Finance Committee because it was such a smoothly run group of people, and I always felt confident leaving that. So thank you for everything you do.
Dan?
Well, my comment is also about Jeremiah. So,
Fan club right here.
so Grant, if you ever have FOMO, you're welcome to come to the meetings.
It is public.
They're public meetings, and every citizen's welcome to attend. So honestly, though, tonight, 3 new members of the committee, and Rusty and Jeremiah led us through it quite nicely. And we're going to meet again to make sure we're educated on the different financial instruments that we have as a city. But tonight was really constructive for us, so thanks again for that. One element that's a compliment to Rusty and the group. During that discussion, there are lots of things that were in there, but one of them was the $664,000 that we raised for that Village Green project is a phenomenal number. So congratulations to everybody involved with that. No, that's been a great success for the city. So great job. It's a great start to the year.
Great, and I would also want to add my Happy New Year to all of you, and to really encourage everyone to come out on January 31st for our Citizen of the Year awards. It's a really special thing. One of the things why all of us stay here in Wyoming is the high citizen involvement, and the fact that once a year we take the time to recognize people that have given years of service is just a really special night, so I hope to see everybody there.
Can you give the details on that? When is it?
It is on the 31st at 7 o'clock in the high school auditorium. So that's a Wednesday night, January 31st.
Cool. Thank you.
Did I get that right?
Yes, you did.
Good. All right. Okay. So all members are present, so we have no one to excuse. And there's no executive session tonight. So do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Having been moved and seconded to adjourn for the night, all those in favor, please signify by saying yes.
Yes.
Those opposed? The motion carries and council stands adjourned.